Hey everyone, and welcome to the Liberty Falls main quest guide for Black Ops 6 Zombies. Let's get into it. Some good weapon recommendations are the ASG shotgun or the GS45 pistols with the akimbo attachment. Anything you can use to get the zombies away from you is also going to be helpful for one of the jet gun steps and for staying alive in the boss fight, so Ether Shroud and decoy grenades are good loadout choices. The first step of this Easter egg is to acquire the jet gun. This can be obtained from the mystery box, or you can build it yourself. I will show you how to build it now. There are 3 parts to the jet gun, and these can be obtained in any order. To get the first part, come to the graveyard. As you're moving through the rounds, keep an eye out for a zombie that looks like this. He will be wearing a red shirt and overalls. Having zombie names turned on in your settings is helpful, as you will see his name is Groundskeeper, which makes him easier to spot. Having your map on is also a good idea, as this zombie will not run towards you like the other ones do, so looking for stray red dots on your map can be helpful to finding him. Once you do find him, kill him and he will drop a toolshed key for you to pick up. Take the key to this toolshed here and interact with the door to open it and pick up the first jet gun part inside. For the next part, save up 1250 salvage and craft yourself a mangler cannon at one of the workbenches. Take the mangler cannon to this radio shop and fire at the door to blast the doors open. In here there will be these piles of junk on the ground. Interacting with them will make things pop out of them. One of these will contain the jet gun piece. Other ones will just contain salvage or vermin, so just be careful of those. If you don't have the mangler cannon unlocked yet, or you don't want to waste your salvage, you can also wait till a regular mangler spawns and get him to aim his mangler blast at the door, which will open it as well. For the last part, come to this flower shop and interact with this water pipe out front to take off the valve. Then come to the bowling alley and shoot this breaker box on the wall. Holding interact will place the water valve inside. Now you need to hold interact long enough to get the bar on the left side of the screen all the way up. This takes a while, and lots of zombies are going to spawn in while you do this. I recommend starting to turn the valve, and then once you start taking too much damage from the zombies, run away and throw a distraction grenade like a monkey bomb, decoy, or Casimir, or use your Ether Shroud and then continue to turn it. You will likely have to use another Ether Shroud charge or another distraction grenade to get this all the way completed. Once you charge up this valve all the way, a part will appear on the floor in front of the box for you to pick up. With all 3 parts collected, come to the second floor of the motel. When you get close to this door, a bunch of zombies will come running out of it, so be careful of that. Once it is safe to do so, head inside that room and craft the jet gun on the workbench inside. Now we can start the main Easter egg steps. First, come to this machine inside the church and interact with it. Your screen will flash white to let you know that you've done it correctly. Now we need to use the jet gun to acquire 3 parts around the map. The first part is on the second level in the church. To get the item, hold the shoot button on the jet gun while aiming at it to bring it towards you. Once it gets close enough, you will collect it. Now come to Ollie's Comics. You can find the next part in this hole in the roof. The final part can be acquired by getting on top of this building above Speed Cola and jumping onto this truck. Then look into this window and shoot the jet gun to collect the part. Once you have all 3, zip line to the Alamo and craft the LTG device on this workbench. Once you have that, come to the church and interact with this part of the machine to collect an ether canister. You need to place this down near one of the places where the ether trap operates. You can do this near any trap, but I recommend this one as it is closest to the church. Place it down near this little green device on the floor. Note that whenever you are holding one of these canisters, you won't be able to run. Now come to one of these ether storms and interact with the ground to place down the LTG device. You now need to defend the device for 1 whole minute. If zombies get too close to the portal, it will take damage. The health of the device is on the left-hand side of your screen. Using your jet gun here makes it easy to kill the zombies approaching the portal, just make sure to watch out for your ammo. Once you've done that, a red mangler or abomination will spawn in. These are just like the regular manglers or abominations, except they have much more health. You need to damage the boss until it is very low on health, but do not kill it. If you have zombie health bars turned on in settings, it will be easy to track how much health the boss has left. Once you do enough damage to it, it will start glowing purple like this. Once this happens, activate the trap where you place your ether canister, lure the boss into the purple circle, and kill it. If done correctly, you will see a purple energy flow from the boss into the canister you place on the ground. You will get a max ammo after completing this. Now pick up the canister and walk it back towards the church and place it into the machine. Make sure you return to where you summoned the boss and collect your LTG device as well. Now come back to the machine inside the church and there will be a device for you to collect inside. This device will replace your tactical grenade, so make sure not to pick up any tacticals during this step. Come to this machine here near Liberty Lanes and use your tactical button to pull out the device. The screen on the device will either be green, yellow, or red. Interacting with the machine will change the color of this little light on it. If the screen on the device was green, you need to change the device light so that it's red. If the screen was yellow, change the light to yellow. And if the screen is red, change the light to green. Once you've done that, come to this device and do the same thing. Pull out the device and interact with the machine to set the light. The last device can be found by dropping off this roof here, and you'll find it in this corner. Once again, do the same thing. Once that is done, you should see purple lights coming from the devices. Now come to the spawn room and you can collect another ether canister. You now need to place this down near another ether trap. You can use whichever trap you like, but I still recommend the same one as before. Now come to the other ether storm and place down the LTG one more time. Defend it in the exact same way you did before. If done successfully, another powered up boss will spawn in. This step is exactly the same as before, so damage the boss enough until it glows purple, bring it near the ether trap, and activate the trap and kill the boss inside. Pick up the canister and bring it back to the church. Once you've done that, you're now ready for the boss fight. So get all the perks you want, upgrade your weapons, and craft any equipment that you want as well. The boss fight will take place inside the church, and you will be earning points during the boss fight, so you can pack a punch during the fight if you want to as well. The mutant injection score streak can be really helpful for this boss fight too. Once you are ready, interact with this machine to start the boss. This fight has 3 phases. In phase 1, you just have to kill enough zombies and manglers. The zombies will be much faster though, so be ready for that. If you press the aim button while holding your jet gun, it will do a big blast which uses all the ammo but does big damage to everything around you. This attack is super useful during this fight. Once you kill enough zombies, a max armor will spawn and phase 2 will begin. Phase 2 is the same as phase 1, except partway through a powered up mangler will spawn. This mangler has a lot of health, so run around and keep yourself safe from the zombies and do damage to the mangler when you can. The blast from the jet gun is helpful here too. Once you do take him out and kill off the rest of the zombies, a max ammo will spawn and phase 3 will begin. Phase 3 is the same as phase 2, except that instead of an extra health mangler, you will now have an extra health abomination. So, run around to stay safe and damage the abomination when you can. Remember to use your field upgrades, equipment, and score streaks to help you out. Once you manage to kill the abomination, you are now done with this main quest. Congratulations. Shortly after killing him, you will go down. Don't worry, this is part of the main quest and the cutscene will begin shortly after. Now while that's it for the main quest, I also do want to share with you a strategy that you can use to make the final boss fight much easier. For this, we are going to activate the Aetherella side Easter egg inside the boss fight. To do this, during your game, after you've acquired the jet gun, you need to collect 8 small statues of Aetherella, who is the superhero inside the comic book store. You collect these the same way that we collected the parts for the LTG device earlier. So aim the jet gun at the statue and fire to bring it towards you. You will hear a little sound and the statue will disappear when you collect it. The first one is here on the motel sign. There are also 4 of them inside the comic book shop. One is here on the left side of this entrance. One is here to the left of the Aetherella statue. One is here above Quick Revive, and one is here near the windowsill on the other side. Another one can be collected from this window from the rooftop above Speed Cola. One is under the letter L in lanes outside the bowling alley. And the last one can be found by dropping down here and aiming just behind this right vent on the other roof. Now come to the church. There's actually one more statue on the windowsill here, but we don't want to collect this one just yet. We just want to bring it inside the church. So to do this, fire the statue with the jet gun and walk backwards into the church at the same time. This will bring the statue towards you inside the church, but make sure you don't collect it yet. Now carry on with the Easter egg and get to the boss fight stage. Once you start phase 2, when the red mangler spawns in, come to where you left the statue and collect it with the jet gun. You will now turn into Aetherella. While you are like this, you have a laser eye attack, and you cannot take any damage. So use this opportunity to do lots of damage to that red mangler. If you do this at the right time, you should be able to take out the mangler and still be in Aetherella when the abomination spawns in. You can then use Aetherella to do lots of damage to the abomination as well. Once you come out of the statue mode, finish off the abomination as normal, and you'll be done with this Easter egg. The laser eyes do a lot of damage, and you also can't die while you're in the statue mode, so this method makes the boss fight much easier. That's it for this video, guys. I hope this guide was helpful. Let me know if you managed to beat this Easter egg in the comments down below. If you guys want to beat the Terminus Easter egg as well, I have a guide for that on the screen right now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.